Hello. Um, Today I'm telling a story that doesn't make sense. So, not much hype. Thank you for 400 subscribers, which is quite crazy if you think about it. But anyway, so this is actually based off a true story. I actually want to say that about a time when my cat provided toothpaste for a year when there was a drought of elephants, which then created a lack of cows. So because there was no derelict buildings, no one could perform prayer. So it does sound a bit crazy when you think about it, but then you do have to consider that it could also be the sum of a world war. If you think about it, when the Great Depression hit China, the recession of Hong Kong created a ripple effect in the waves. So whenever you eat a banana, that's why there's no seeds in it, because carrots help your vision, but the satellites tell you where your phone's pinging off the nearest plane. So every time you're on the phone, always make sure that your PS2 is always operating Gran Turismo 5. That's some really good life advice. However, if things don't go right, you always have to consider taking the exit. Tell yourself, I had to do this, so I had to think to myself, I have 5 hours left. And this is actually one of my most inspiring stories ever. So I was on the motorway on my e-scooter, and then it transformed into a pedal bike. So I was skating on my unicycle until a lorry drove on the sidewalk, hitting all of the ants and the tigers and the lions. And before we knew it, Avengers 6 dropped with Iron Man as Captain America's shield and Captain America dating Thor. But what's crazy is, did the Capri Sun ever manage to beat the Coca-Cola in the beverage sprint? That's what I was saying. So, for example, the colour blue. This colour blue right here. Do we even know this is not red? What if we were all colourblind and the only way to see was if you used your feet as a speakerphone? After all, when you press the button on the remote, the fridge door opens to 74 degrees. Not obtuse, it's an algebraic expression. But then you also have to consider what happens after that. How old were the dinosaurs if the cranial nerve exam didn't surpass the physiotherapy in which we all must destine? See, when you get your driver's license, you don't pull up on a unicycle. You pedal down on a motorbike, unless you have a private helicopter, which requires a floating submarine to take you to the depths of the beach, where you can then buy a curry from the ice cream van. See, but for me, the interesting part is when I got an ice cream van from Colgate, the toothbrush, because I was going home and my toothbrush started speaking to me. So you have to think, did we ever really colonize Jupiter? Which is just, it's a real time bomb. If you ask me, it's a time bomb. And then obviously it comes back down to, did Mars ever beat Pluto in the space wars to reach the galaxy of Minnesota? Or you could consider it, did Russia ever get the S24 Ultra before Minecraft dropped? Stuff you have to find. See, what I find even crazier than this is if you combined a 4K TV with a pet guinea pig, would you get 1440 FPS? Or would you just end up watching Friends? However, my favourite Spider-Man is Tobey Garfield, especially when he developed the Mark 65 suit and he came in. And I think my favourite moment of Tobey Garfield was when he picked up Mjolnir to fight Captain America. Personally, Black Widow could be Thanos in a dance-off, or maybe in like a thumb war. But then, does this ever create the theory, the quantum physics of nail clippers? Because nail clippers, sometimes they get stuck in between the pillowcase, or sometimes you'll be lifting weights and you'll start levitating and you have to grab onto the nearest pole to pull you back down, like Overwatch Natural Disasters. But then it gets even crazier when it comes to, you know, if I have, okay, so picture the scene. It's 1985 and we're in modern day New York, and the brand new 2024 BMW from 1939 got prototyped as a concept for the past. How would you even react when finding out that your fridge was really just an NPC that could speak to you passively and generate you passive income through ChatGPT hacks? See, what would you do? See, that I agree with. You said the smashing point. I was just about to say that. Why do apples have orange banana peel on the top of the banana? That's what you have to think about. See, people don't think about this stuff. See, what I say is, if I had a sock, a share of gold, and a gear shifter here, I would personally select the iPhone 4 way up here. Because what you're forgetting is did the iPhone 4 ever amplify? Did it ever amplify the Euros? No, it didn't. So how am I supposed to go and get a fresh cologne when all they're selling me is tongue scrapers? How am I supposed to floss my teeth when all I'm getting is chiropractic free sessions for £40 a month? But they end up paying me because I double it. I'm always doubling it. You know, if I get in trouble at work, I'll double it. If they're firing me, I'll set the building on fire. You know, say my wife leaves me, I'll tell the company that insures their little kids, which technically are mine, I'll tell them I've got no custody of Steve from Minecraft. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because how can Steve beat the Enderman when Kyle Crane from Dying Light keeps emoting from Fortnite? And this is just something we have to deal with. It's very sad that we put up with this. And some days I can't deal with it. You know, waking up to a beautiful moon and going to sleep to a beautiful toilet door and then waking up to the carpet walking off really motivates me to be a better person. See, when I was down in the dumps, all I had to do was sell 5 hot dogs a month to ensure poverty stayed with me. Instead of that, I started up my own TV show in my imagination. I had a fishbowl and I had a cat, and I told the cat, I said, if you don't bark for the master apex predator, the lion, cheetah, black panther, then Thor's gonna come in and you'll never guess what happened next. Liam Neeson flew in, hovering. So this is Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's flying in, and the Hulk's jumped up. making a 90 right degree angle. What do we know about right angles? They allow us to create Pythagoras theorem. But do you even know what Pythagoras theorem is? It's exactly what I was saying. So we have to look beyond the image, is what I'm trying to say. So the whole point of the story I'm trying to tell you is, never eat an orange if you haven't tried Manuka honey, or if you've never had a green pot noodle and you've had blue whale caviar, apart from a Skoda Octavia. Do you understand? Okay, I hope I've treated you well. See, spread the wisdom and spread the waffle.